journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look here at August cattle. I sent this out last night, letting you folks know that we had all-time record volume in cattle. We did almost 50,000 contracts in one day, and you can see you had a higher high, lower low. That's an outside day. And I said if you could sell this thing unchanged, I said it'd probably be a good deal. And it looks like it's unchanged, but actually, when you look at it on the chart here, you'll see that it actually dropped. It didn't open unchanged. You see it missed it by about 2 ticks, and then it broke, and then it rallied 2 cents, and now it's coming down. We'll still get in this, folks, but I'm not spilling milk or, well, I am complaining about a little bit because we missed that move, but that's neither here nor there, so we have to move on to the next one. So many things have happened last night, folks, that are very important. Remember, when we do these shows, I put trades out there that I think that are very, very important. So we're going to look at them one at a time. And the big one yesterday, if you remember, we were looking at Goldman Sachs. So let's get up here and we'll bring it up here and you'll be able to see it right here. There's Goldman Sachs. We were looking for the head and shoulders pattern coming in at 616, and there it is. The high today has been 618. It's setting exactly there. There's your 616 there. There's your 16. There's your 78% relationship. There's your high, low, high to the head to the shoulder. Perfect timing. So you want to sell Goldman Sachs here. Your stop has got to be above 623. You're risking $5, and your profit objective on this would be quite a bit if it does work. So that's one of the trades we were watching for today. Now, also something we don't trade, but we were going to be talking about it, and that was cocoa. If you remember that, someone asked a question about cocoa, and so we said we have to watch cocoa tomorrow because it should be completing a really nice ABCD pattern. And sure enough, the alert went off this morning. And you'll see, whoops, let's get the daily up here so you'll be able to see it without too much trouble. And there it is right there. In fact, we're above it already, but there was it made that level at 101. Now we're 4 cents higher already, which is not unusual because I believe we have this stronger ABCD pattern. Now, we're not trading this. I'm just showing you the patterns. That's all I'm doing. There's your ABD leg. There's your CD leg. It's coming in. That's where it measures to right here, 204.20. So what we'll do now is we're going to mark this off for tomorrow just to see if the patterns work. That's the main reason while we're doing it. Okay? So we'll get rid of cocoa. And we'll get rid of Goldman Sachs. Now we're going to look at the important one, folks, something that we look at every day. And you talk about something that you like numbers on, this is going to be one that you might like. So if we look at the daily chart, this is the long-term daily. All right, now here's the gold. All right, look at this, folks. How many days down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days down. How many days down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days down. The target, folks, was 31.43. We went lower than that. We went down to 34.24. So we went $19 lower, and look where we are now, folks. We have rallied from that level right here. We're up $90 an ounce in silver today. Now look at this real closely because I think this is something that will help those of you that like to get in markets. Now, there was the big move down. Okay, there's the big move down. After the big move down, the market had one pullback right here. Makes a nice little 61% retracement, and then it takes off. Folks, it doesn't give any 382 retracements here at all. I mean, nothing. There's a little tiny retracement here between 304 and 14, it drops $14, but not even at a, well, you could probably look at it from this level because it's such a wide range. There is a pullback. There's no question about that. It took a half hour, so we'll see that went just a, oh, here's a big one right here. You got to look at that one. So you put that up, and that one makes it just about a perfect 382 off of this big correction here, and now we're already above the 1.618. So the next question is, how high are we going to go on the retracement? So what you have to do is to go back and look at this chart. There's the big ABCD there, folks. That's it right now. That's the big one. Let's just draw it in so everybody can see it. Have to draw it in correctly because it moves when the prices change overnight. There's your ABCD leg right there. And there it is right there, 31.45. The low was 31.24. Now we've had a very good rally here, the biggest rally we've had since way back here in May. We had a rally here that was pretty good, but this is our biggest rally just recently. So I personally believe that gold has made a major top, but with giving it the fact that we're up $100 right now, folks. Just spot on right now. We just hit $100 up in gold. Well, it's not unusual because the thing's trading for 3,500 on the high and 3,100 on the low. That's not very much in gold. I mean, it's a lot of money, $10,000, but that's what we're watching here in this gold market today. So that was very important. Okay, now let's move on here, and we want to cover something else with the we'll get that. I think we covered the wheat. Yes, we've got the wheat. We've locked in some money there, so that's really good. Now let's look at the rest of the stock markets. Okay, you can notice here that we're still going higher in the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, folks, still going up higher. There's nothing in here. Now, I base this whole thing on what's happening with the New York Stock Exchange Index, folks, and it hasn't made a new high all week other than Tuesday, and this is Thursday. And I just checked a little while ago. It was not even, it was still down on the day. So that's down on the day. And if you look at the Russell, which is, the second most active of the boy, I'm stumbling with my words. Bear with me here, folks. It's the second most active of the stock indices. You can see here's the Russell. We had a big move here. Let's get it up here so we can look, because let's look at the daily first. That way you'll be able to see it easily. There was your target right there at 31.44. It missed it by $3. Okay, now it's backed off. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to look at it on an hourly basis just to see what the pullback was, because it was down substantially this morning. You can see here, there's where we were. We had a high right here, a low right here. That made an ABCD pattern for me. Let's just see how close it was to being a good ABCD. And there's an AB, and there's a CD. It didn't even come close. But look at this pullback right here. Oh dear, if that's 382, I think I'm going to, not going to do anything. I'm just going to show you. There it is right there. There's your 382. The low of yesterday, the last week, it made a 382 retracement of that move, telling you that it was still bullish. There's the low right here. There was your last 382. If you remember, you had one right here, and now you had one right here. So that's pretty much where we are. Unless we get below here, this is not bearish yet, folks. That's the bottom line. Even though I'm looking at something different, this is telling you something different. So let's keep moving on here. We'll be right back. Another new high in the NASDAQ as we speak.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs? Trade wars? Analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, someone had a question about how you trade a market like this in gold. Well, if you assume this is the bottom and you just look at it on a smaller time frame to keep your losses small, okay? Look at this. Every time it breaks out of these areas, every time it made a new high here, you had a profit. Look at that. That's a dynamite triangle. You buy above that high, you buy above that high, you buy above that high. It's not making lower lows. You buy above that high. That's what you do when you do a dynamite. Did I do any of those trades today? Not one, because I was involved with a couple other things, but I was certainly keeping an eye on it. And that's I'm just telling you, that's when you see these really strong trending markets. You don't get hardly any 382s, but you get these little sell-offs. And when they make new highs after those little sell-offs, look how the trend is so strong. It doesn't give you any heat. That tells you that I must be doing something right if you buy that breakout. That's what a dynamite triangle is, folks. It's a little tiny move like this, okay? And you see them all the time in real strong trending markets. This one doesn't have any 382s. You got another one right here. 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 But that's what you try to do. I mean, if you're intraday day, look at that's $100, folks. That's $10,000. That's a bigger move. That's like 200 handles in the stop and fee, for heaven's sakes. That's a lot. Anyway, that's that. Let's get back here to the euro. This is one we focused on. Yesterday, we made the 382 off of the big high. We pointed that out to you, and that had a really nice profit in it. And then today, let's get this out of the way here so we can see it. But then today's action, you'll see all we did today is we came back. There was our high. There was our 382 of yesterday. That market broke down well over $1,000. And then today, this morning, as I sent this out, we were sitting right about here, and I said, watch for the ABCD on this 382. There was a morning mark. Here it is early morning. There it was when I sent it out. There was your A, B, C, D pattern coming in. If you drew it in, you'd be able to see that you got in pretty close to the right spot. And there it was right there at the exact 618. And now it's down well over $700. And it appears that it's moving towards this level right here, which is down near the big 7-8 or 618 of the whole thing down another 50, 60 pips down into that area right there. That's what it looks like from looking at the chart right now, putting it up. Yeah, somewhere between 111.4 and 111.12. So those will be pretty interesting to keep a close eye on. Now let's get to look at some let's look at some stocks here right off the bat. Hold on one second. That is something very interesting. Hold on just a second. Get this up here, and we'll see it right here. Okay, this is a crude oil. Last night in crude oil, I mentioned watch the 382 retracement of this big move way back here. I put that up so you could see it two different ways. I wanted you to be able to. There was your big 382 coming in here. It's right around $60. I got the wrong one. Time out, folks. I know I did the right one on this. Hold on. This is the big one way back here. There's the one I wanted to see. Yeah, there it is right at $60, 60.80. And we had a really nice rally from that area, well over $1,000. We're setting a little over 1,000 right now. But you'll notice that the high of that move from right there on this hourly chart, half-hour chart, I mean, all it did was go right up to the old 382 and stop. So there was two trades in there: buy at the 382 and sell at the 382. Both of them worked relatively well. Now we're in the tight trading range in here, but this is still holding up incredibly well above the 382, so it has a bullish bias. That's the basis of what we're looking at here with the crude oil. Okay, now we're going to take a look at a few stocks here. All right. Boy, the stocks keep going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Let's take a look at Disney. Now, here's Disney. Now, we said it was going to have a little trouble here at the 618. It's down a tiny bit today. Down $1 from its high, really not very much. But there was your 61% retracement. That held relatively well. These are numbers that we were looking at yesterday. These are the same stocks. We got one really big thing to report on here, folks, that we talked about yesterday that happened, and I'm going to save that for the second half of the show because it's a really big thing. There's our Tesla. It's actually was down a little bit. Now it's rallied back to be, it looks like it's up on the day now, and it's still flirting with this same ABCD pattern that we have right in here. Okay, now let's get that out of the way, and we're going to take a look at Apple. And we'll get Apple up here. And you can see Apple's doing the same thing. Mr. President Trump is trying to get them to switch from India to the United States. See how that works. All we've done now is we went up and met all these levels. Let's see, did we take out today's high, 14? No, we did not take out yesterday's high as of yet, which was at 13.5. So this is it. We got so many gaps in this, you don't really know, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I have to really share this with. This is the biggest thing of the day, folks, from our perspective of all the markets that we look at. Okay, let's take a quick look here. Come here, and we will bring this over, and you'll see there is the ABCD on the Treasury bonds, folks. The number was 111.25. The low was 111.28. 3 pips from the exact low, folks. And that's look what we've rallied. We rallied over a full point. We've taken out yesterday's high. It's a big outside day. This is a major bottom right here in the Treasury bonds. That's it. ABCD. You remember that same thing we were looking at in the gold market, counting the number of days down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days down. Perfect ABCD. We'll draw it in again. You'll be able to see it. We were talking about it yesterday. It hit it today. I hope you were able to make a little money on that. The low was the exact, look at that, folks. The low was the exact number, 111.29. There's the ABCD, there's a target, 111.29, and there's the actual low. So if that's the case, it should do exactly what it did the last time, and that is rally up to this level right about there, which is 113.25. But folks, if it can make that in one day, 113.25 is really not very much. So this is a major bottom here in the Treasury bonds. Now let's take a look at the notes. I haven't watched these today, but we're going to look at them right now. All we have to do is get the daily chart up, and you'll be able to see what we're looking at to see if we see the same A, B, C, D. Okay, now we'll get up here. We'll clean everything out or do the same thing. There's the A, B, C, D move. Oh, this is even bigger than an A, B, C, D, folks. I find this very interesting because remember, this is credit cards, mortgages, and all this stuff. You see, it measured to 10. Oh, look at this, 109.25. The low was 109.18. It went 8 pips below. Now this was down 1, 2, 3, 4 days down. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days down. See, the symmetry was different in the notes than it was in the bonds. But this is a big reversal day, just like this kind of move right here. So we're going to start seeing lower interest rates, at least for a few days. But those are the big ones that happened here today that I think are relatively important. And that's from what I'm watching right here. Okay, so we'll be right back, folks.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the ABCD in the New York Stock Exchange Index, the most broadest and well, it's highly touted by all the mutual funds because that's how they gauge their values. But you can see we do have the ABCD pattern right here. We do have a lower highs. I haven't even checked. You can see we're down today. We've been up here several days. Right now it is down by just a very, very small amount. But now look, we got the S&P higher, we got the Dow Jones higher, the Russell isn't. But all the others are really strong. So you got to say, why are these indices? Now remember, this is 1,600 issues. When you look at the S&P, you're looking at about 50 of those issues that are really big ones. With the Dow Jones, there's 20 that are triple digit. Okay, with the NASDAQ, you're looking at about 20 out of the 100. So you're looking at probably 100 stocks versus 1,600. That's why I'm looking at this. And I don't know. I just have to look at it because that's what it's telling me, and I just can't get bullish up here, and that's neither here nor there. Okay, I just wanted to bring that to your attention, so I'm going to get rid of that, and we'll come right back here in 1 second, and we'll come up here to the place where we want to see more of these charts. You can see we just made another new high here in the S&P here. The high today so far has been 44. We made higher highs all through here. Just drawing it up here. You can see it this morning. Look where we were early this morning. Just get down here to show you where you were. There was your low that we made right back here. Okay, that was the low on Monday. That was Monday's low. Remember, 6,800. And if you just drew the little line from the high to your low, where were you setting at when you came in here this morning? Exactly at the 50%. The Dow Jones was exactly at the 382. And now we've gone up and made another new high. Now you could say this is an ABCD pattern, I suppose, but it's not even, well, it just about made its objective. Let's just check and see. This is 61, so I guess you got to count it from there to there. And there it is right. No, it's still got a long way to go, folks. That's up probably around 70, 54. This looks like where it's heading. It doesn't seem to have anything in the way of stopping it, so let's not worry about it. All right. Now I've had a couple questions about a few commodities that we want to be watching. One, of course, we looked at that soybean oil. We'll bring it up again. This is the bean oil for today. You can see there was a high up in here. It's had the big correction. What we want to be watching now, this is old crop bean oil. We want to be watching new crop, which is the December. This is where I have made, this is the one that brought me back to life, folks. Back in the old days when I lost all my money, I came back from this with this type of trade. Now, you can see we've completed a whole bunch of stuff in here. This has been very bullish for a long time. Folks, I mean, you're talking about August to June. That's about 9 months. Okay. Now you're already seeing the big correction we're going to get. So let's just play the devil's advocate. Okay. Now this is really bullish long term, correct? So you just want to watch to see where that 382 comes in here. Now watch this number right here. That's going to be the low of May. You can take out May's low by just a little bit. But if we're just holding this, now remember, this is December oil. They're both selling at the same price right now. They're both at 49 bucks a pound. A gallon. I think it's a gallon. I don't even remember. Wow. I know what the value is. I just don't remember whether it's pounds. It has to be gallons because it's oil. It can't be pounds. Sorry about that. Okay, there's where we are. We made the big ABCDs here. There was a big sell-off. So that's what we're paying attention to. Now let's look at soybean meal. When oil's dropping like this, what usually happens is they're crushing for the meal and not the oil. So if you crush means they take the beans, they squeeze it together. It's 80% meal and 20% oil. It's like 98% of all that. And then there's some stuff that they feed to the hogs that's left over. They love it, actually. Hold on 1 second. The reason why you know that, if you've ever been on a farm, when that feeding time came and they knew they were getting that, they were not stupid. They were that. Here's the December meal that we like so much. And we've had a big move here today. We took out yesterday's high. And then with the sell-off in the oil, it's starting to come down again. But this is one you really want to watch for a long term, folks. We're going to be watching November soybeans, and this is the December soybean meal. December soybean meal. Now, it took out these highs, and now it's reversed, mainly because of the oil and probably because of the soybeans. We're going to bring the soybeans up right here. This is going to be a long-term position when it comes, folks, and it won't be long. So here's the November, okay? Now, you can see we didn't quite make the price target that we were hoping for, correct? That's okay. It went up to the 78% level. But we've got a lot of action to go on now. Folks, these beans have been planted now, especially with this moon that we've had this week. You can work all night long with that moon because it was so bright. So we're having a big sell-off right here. Everybody going to say, well, this is it. We're heading down to new lows. I don't think so. I think this is a chance for where you're going to get a really good chance to buy this stuff very, very shortly. Now, you're not going to buy it today because you're down quite a bit. You're down 25 cents, 27 cents, and that's way too much. Stop and think, folks. We got wheat up 18 cents, and this is down 25 cents. I mean, they're definitely having some type of an aberration on these things. So where should it stop? Okay, there was the ABCD. That didn't make it. We already see that. That failed. So we got to take that out of the way. Now we want to see from the low we had back here, and I think this is what you will see. But if I'm wrong here, see your 382 comes in right here. That's in 1 day. That's 6 cents away. That's not going to be it. What you'd like to see, and this is what I'm going to be watching, is you want to see a move like this. We have the move come down really good. This is my biggest. I'm going to see it I'm going to keep this in the program here just so we can see it. I want to see it do this. I don't think it'll do that. Well, I don't think it's going to rally that much after this, but it could. Let's look at the other alternative, is that it only does this. Let's say we come down here to the 382, and then we go to that one. This one looks like it's more, they're both at the same price. So this is the area you want to be buying. 007, we have to buy that. 27 cents lower, 007, holy cow. Any James Bond fan will buy that. So there it is. We're going to be either get a rally like this or a rally like this over the next few days. And we got plenty of time. Folks, one of my biggest moves ever was right there on the 28th of May, 1983. Soybeans had the very worst possible supply-demand thing that ever came out. The weather was beautiful, and they said beans are going to be down the limit. Well, they opened, they were due to be down the limit. They ended up being only down about 10 cents, and before the day was over, they were up the limit, and they moved $5 a bushel, straight up. I mean, straight up, even more straight than this. So this is the time frame here, the 27th. There's Memorial Day. Where we are 13 days from Memorial Day, and that's going to be a holiday. So as we come in here on the 28th, which will be a Wednesday, we want to be ready to buy some November soybeans. Let's take a break.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is Goldman Sachs. This is $6.16 per share. Here we are at $616.71. This was the shoulder right here. That's the shoulder. There's the head. We did this yesterday because this. I know some of you people take these trades, so it has everything you can have going for it. Your stop has got to be above here, which will be $623. So you're risking $7 on a stock that's trading for $661. Okay, that is 1%, folks. You can't trade a stock less than that, but you can see there's your stop would be at 623. We're going to put that in there because if it hits, I am not in this, folks. I do not do stocks, as you know. Well, like almost never. Anyway, that is a perfect head and shoulders, and it's doing what? Stop and think, folks. I mean, it's hardly up at all. Considering, what it's done recently on some of these things, is up just a little bit. And that's a big factor in the Dow Jones, why it is, and it's not jumping up that much. Okay, let's move this out of the way here. We've already talked about the S&P. We did that. I want to talk about the Dow Jones Transports, another ones that no one ever looks at. This is back from the old days when we had the Richard Russell, the Dow theory. In other words, they all should go up together. And you can see here we've had this gigantic gap here in the, I guess this was the weekend gap or Friday gap or whatever it was, when all the tariffs were taken off and they were giving bonuses to everybody, whatever it happened to be. But there we're sitting here at the 618 now for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and that's pretty much what it's doing right here. Okay, all right. Now we'd already talked about the meal, so. We're not going to worry about that anymore. We're keeping an eye on these soybeans for you, folks. I don't want to miss it like I missed the bean oil and the soybeans. The bean oil and the cattle. Cattle, we took a loss in that, folks. Unfortunately, it was it was frustrating, yes, but the bean oil was just as frustrating because they were both monster trades, and I lost them. Didn't get either one of them off in the right direction. Okay, now let's get up here. And 2 questions someone's have asked me about another stock, and that's MS Morgan Stanley. It's acting pretty good. You can see here. Let me put the defaults in correctly so that I can see what I'm looking at. Okay, now there's a chart. We've had the big ABCD down. Let's see how it acted on the ABCD down, folks. And there it goes. It went just about exactly where it was supposed to do. And now we're rallying back up. And we're having a heck of a rally, a big gap up here. All of these banking stocks are in vogue right now. Well, we're sitting right at the 78% level here in Morgan Stanley today. Since we're looking at that, let's look at the big one, JP Morgan, because that's where the big dogs bark, is up on that porch. That's the best bank in the world, folks, in my opinion. Now, here we are with JP Morgan right here. I had the joy of meeting Jamie Dimon with he was a good friend of Rich Anderson, actually, and we were in Mexico with Mark Douglas. Mark was giving a speech down there for bankers, and Dimon was there giving a speech, and so Mark and I and Rich went down to Mexico from here in Tucson and got a chance to have dinner with him. He was only a vice president at the time. Later he became the president, but you can see we're still going higher. We're way above we're almost at new highs, folks, in some of these, and there's a possibility that this stuff could go up forever. I don't think it will, but it certainly could. So those are some of the things that I'm looking at as we go through. Since we're on the banking, let's look at the KRE, which is the regional banks. This one should be weaker, and as you can see, it is. These are the little guys. These are the little banks right here. Not those other ones are the mega banks. Let me get to reset the defaults here. And there it is. Okay, now see that we've had the big ABCD to the downside. You'll draw it in here. You'll see there were so many things happening back on the 7th of April, folks. That was there were just a lot of things right there. And then, of course, there was the biggest day ever, and the Dow Jones up 2,300 on the day. Came down from 1,700 down to 2,300 up. That's a monster move, folks, in the Dow. All right, here's where we are. If we measure our highs, let's just do this easily. There it is. There's your 60. Oh, shut the front door. There's your 61% retracement there. There's your 61% retracement there. We've been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I wouldn't buy this if you let me have it for free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and it's down 3 of the 5 days. Why wouldn't buy this? I would be definitely a seller of this thing, right, for sure. Now, if it gets above here, I'd certainly be wrong. Let's just put this in here to see if it works, but I would be willing to sell that. That looks relatively negative to me. All right, now we have another question about a commodity. Let's get it back up here, and that is going to be looking at the hog market, and I haven't looked at hogs, folks, in so long. I want to be looking at, this is nearby, whatever it is. Let's just take a look at it. Now, you see the hog market has not reacted at all compared to the cattle market. We had another big move up here. This is June hogs. Now, there was the first ABCD pattern, and now we've got another one forming right here. There's your ABCD leg right here coming up a little bit higher. And you got another one right. Oh, you got double. You're going to have a double number here. Hold on. Let's look at this. This is going to be really interesting here at this 105 level. This is a heavily traded market, folks. I don't know if you know this or not, but Smithfield and Company, one of the largest hog producer, is owned by the Republic of China. Now, if you look at this, this will be an ABCD 3 drive. ABCD 3 drive pattern up here at 105. That's 5 cents higher than where we are right now. We're trading at 100, 101. So we should get to 105. At that 105 level, you got to be interested in selling hogs. And if you look at it from this level, from your AB leg right here, there it is again, right there, just about 105. Well, it's probably 105. It's probably drawn wrong. Yeah, it's got to be it right there, 105.8. Well, they're the exact same number, 105.83 and 105.84. So 105 is where you want to. Let's put the limit minder in on that because you don't want to miss that trade. That'd be a nice one. And we'll see if it works or not, but it's just like all the others. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So we'll get that hog out of here. One other stock, and then we're almost ready to the end of the break here. Get that up here 1 second. There it is, Avco. This is Broadcom, I believe. Yeah, this is Broadcom. Hold on 1 second. The symbol is AVGO. Why it's that, I don't know. But this is the daily, and we're almost at new highs, folks. You can see here, we've had the big run here. You can see the ABCD to the downside. We'll draw that in so you'll be able to see it. There's There's your AB leg. There's your CD leg right there. There we are now. We're already back way past 786. This is one of the big reasons in the NASDAQ is this and so darn bullish. See, we gapped up and now we're still above this. We haven't taken out the high the last few days, but there's nothing bearish about this. This is very, very strong. So those are the ones that we're watching here today. Let's check and see the old clock on the Tiger Den wall and see how we're doing with the time. And we'll be back in just a moment, folks.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, for some reason I'm missing a week's data in here, but this is what's happened. We've rallied back to a little right about the 78% level here in the Hang Seng, Hong Kong's market. Okay, so that's been going up now for 7 weeks, much like we've had here since April the 7th. That was a major low on just about everything, as we already know. Second question that someone has asked me is there a possibility that gold could go make a new high? Absolutely. The reason why is this is a major ABCD pattern in a very bullish market in the gold. We saw where it stopped. I don't want to bring it up again because we've already done it several times, but should do it. Well, don't have much time, but we'll try. But you know what it looked like. I mean, it was just an absolute perfect ABCD. We'll get the daily right here, and you'll be able to see it. There it was, and now it's having a big move. We could very easily do that. Now you can see the last big moves. We had a $200 drop here, a $200 drop here, and this one is $300. It's a bigger one because it went from a higher level. See, this was $350 drop. So this tells us we could still go higher. This is, and where could we go? A, B, C, D. We go up to probably all the way here to 36.57 without any trouble. That's only $400. Look how fast it made this one, folks. In 9 days, it went $600 an ounce. Who says it can't do that again? This was a major bottom here at 31.43. No ifs, ands, or buts. So that's it. It's telling you what it wants to do right now. So we'll just have to wait and see if it's going to do that. But the low is in. There's no question about that in my mind, because we're up $100. How much are we up? We're up over $100 an ounce today. Pretty good. Hey, from the low. The low was 24. We're trading at 32.25. It's $100 an ounce. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks.